I don't even want to do it. All right.
No, I'm not alright. No, I'm not alright. I'm not.
We're not okay. I'm Adam. That's Pete. That's Vince. And this is the Derby Day special of the Tune in 10.
Special, alright.
So you get the idea now. We do 5-minute halves. Once the timer stops, that's it. We carry on and we move on, and then it'll be over and it'll be great. So we don't go home. Right. So
On the stroke at half time, Pete's going to do something stupid and get sent off.
what?
But according to some people, it won't be my fault.
You'll be defending. It'll be.
Hey, we haven't even pressed go yet.
Right.
Go on,
Right.
get on.
So let's talk about Sunderland 3, Newcastle 0. Go.
Right, Pete. At the start of the season, I defended Colaccini as our captain choice. So I'm going to come to you because you had a go at me for that 3 months ago. What would you say to me now for defending his choice as captain?
I think, I guess in hindsight, it's a great thing. I'm not saying I was right. I think the reality is we were in a position with Colaccini where we had very little option but to make Colaccini captain. We had who would have been the alternative.
Yeah.
No one. We should have signed someone else. So talking about Colaccini, there has been some people's reaction saying, "Oh, it was never a penalty." Blah, blah.
Referee screwed us over again.
It was a penalty.
It was a penalty. It was a soft penalty, but it was a penalty. He went for the man. He didn't go for the ball, and in that moment, Colaccini wiped out what was a very dominant, very assured, and very composed first half of a derby. One of the most composed halves I've seen us play in a derby.
We had about 61.
I think it was about 68 possession.
Yeah.
We'd had about. We'd gone at double figures for shots.
They offered nothing, and I think
We played like the home team.
It's gonna be the sad reality is that first half will completely be forgotten.
Yeah, it will be.
But at that point, before that happened, it was like, wow, Sunderland are really poor.
Yeah.
If we'd got a goal, if we'd done something, the crowd would have been they would have gone.
Yeah.
It would have been. It was a walk.
I mean, Pantilimon. If you remember, the Pantilimon had spilled a couple. They were a bit unassured. They were nervous. They were hacking it out. They got 2 injuries around the 35-minute mark, so they had to make.
Well, they lost the captain, and they lost Toivonen, who everything seemed to be set up about.
Yeah, but obviously they bring Defoe on, who was a threat. But ultimately, they kind of lost their shape when Toivonen went off because he was dropping a bit deeper. Defoe doesn't play that exact role. But everything was for us. Just pushing on. We never looked in danger. We looked good. We looked in control.
I will say we did look good.
But we didn't have that cutting edge, maybe.
And I think that's possibly a lot of the problem.
But when you're aiming to just not lose the game, which was what surely we were going for.
But I think McLaren sets his team up to play decent football. We're quite composed. Our distribution's canny, but actually going for the kill, we just don't. And I felt like I was getting worried at about sort of 30-35 minutes. I was thinking we've had so much of this game.
Sissoko looked strong. Wijnaldum again looked like he wanted to be involved.
Tiote
again. It's another game that has sort of compounded his Newcastle career for me. It's another reason for us to just cut the losses on.
What's so frustrating is though, as soon as he was on the team sheet, there was no hesitation.
He's in there.
We all said he was going to be the first.
He came off at half time against Norwich. Yet he's still automatic choice. He's in there because of the style of player that he is, not for his form and not for his talent.
He's in there on pass.
We need a Tiote 5 years. I said on the last one, but we need it in there. He's in there because Anita doesn't have a physicality.
First half that happened. The second half, we still shipped 2 goals. Yes, we were down to 10 men.
But defending for their second goal, the fact that somebody volleyed it straight from a corner at the far back post, it wasn't just at the back post.
Billy Jones has never scored a Premier League goal for anybody. He's never scored.
Fired through. I mean, that volley should. The guy, whoever, I can't remember who volleyed it, but it was He was completely in acres. He wasn't marked. He wasn't. I mean, we're a goal. We're a man down.
Their
That's what it's
third
always
goal
going to be.
was good, man.
But their third goal was.
Their third goal was
It was liquid football. It was a really really good look.
Kabul delivering
They
that.
had every right to play that at 85 minutes, 2-0 up at home against a team.
And we were pushing on,
That
and by that point the game was lost.
It's another 3-0 loss.
I just think
It had to be, didn't it? It had to be.
I don't think it could have went worse in the context of actually we played really well first half. We had the game. Then our captain screwed us over.
Yeah.
How is that going to
Look at it now. Look at it now. Sunderland have had an awful season, and they're above us.
So who's to blame?
They're
Who's to
above us.
blame?
Colaccini
Simple as that.
It's not as simple as that, because we should have. I think we should have. We could have done more in the second half. We could have defended better for their second goal. But ultimately, you're a goal down. You're a man down. It was a completely game-changing incident, and a decision, and it was reckless, and it was stupid.
I think
It's just really.
I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I think had that not have
Why did
happened,
Look at the stats, percentage-wise, we were at least going to get a draw at that game.
it had we.
Why I
we had the
guess
beating of them.
people online are blaming the referee. For me, it had to be a penalty.
Yeah.
There's nobody to blame.
He didn't play.
Colaccini
He played the
let
man.
team down.
He played the man.
And what annoys me is the anger that he and McLaren showed. I know the narrative after this match is going to be referees to blame.
Stop.
He do something reckless.
And that's half time.
Oh, get off! Get off!
He told us he was a
All right. Just put my teeth back in. So he loves us really. We'll crack on with the second half, and given that a certain Aston Villa manager's just been sacked, Tim Sherwood, why don't we have a look at 10 games in? Let's have a look at our own head coach, Steve McLaren. Go.
McLaren, thoroughly nice chap, but he's not a leader.
It's an issue. I mean, you look at someone like Slaven Bilic, who comes across as, a bit of a dick, but you can sense that there's a sort of gravitas about him that people could be intimidated by him to a point. And
West Ham started well.
West Ham started well. That's like one personality to look at. You've got sort of at Watford. You've got Quique Flores, who is a different kind of personality. He's sort of more. He sort of commands respect because of, I guess, what he's done previously. And his ideas are clearly resonating.
He's young and he comes across.
Watford have one of the best defences in the league.
I just think
They have one of the best defences in the league.
But
And you
Watford
look at-
also signed about 12 new players over the summer.
But exactly,
Yeah,
even more transition to deal with. When you look at McLaren, who has managed in this league before, and he's struggling to get.
I think the problem with McLaren is whereas someone like Flores, he's younger and he's probably like, I guess in that sense maybe he's close to the dressing room and a bit inspirational, a bit different, and I just think McLaren, he's a nice guy, but if you have an older manager, you basically need someone who's a bit of a, as you say, maybe a bit of a dick, and you're a bit scared and intimidated by him.
Which Cathro probably isn't that.
And I don't think McLaren intimidates. I feel like McLaren should be, as he was, say at Man United, he's the second guy.
But-
you have your
but-
Dick and Ferguson, you have the
Good cop, bad cop.
who's the one,
But do you think that McLaren almost is very aware of the fact that he looked out getting the job that he'd always wanted, and he always professed that he wanted, and that's fair enough. He's very honest. But do you think he's aware of that? Therefore, he can't fully assert himself because he kind of thinks, I'm not going to be
You've asked
here.
the question, you've answered it yourself, mate, which is very, very interesting.
It's for us all.
What I would say about McLaren is McLaren's a fair weather manager. When things are going well, he does well.
Yeah.
When he's got the atmosphere around him, when he has the right atmosphere, he'll do well. I think he does badly under adversity. I think he's quite a sensitive soul.
Yeah.
He takes things badly and he can't handle it. Now, we are second bottom of the league. We're looking terrible. We're
We're below Sunderland, who really have had an awful
lost
season.
the Derby 3-0. and we've spent £50 million. We've got the second highest net spend in the league over the summer. It's looking bad, and I worry about his minerals.
I mean, what did you say? He was on the TV before, and what did you say about his face?
I can't remember.
He said he had a craggy face.
Craggy face.
And does he exude a kind of guy?
That was one of his appearances.
Yes, but it's about perception, and it's like you look at Kike Flores, who's kind of like a hipster dad kind of figure, continental hipster dad. Whereas McLaren sort of exudes this broken man who, like a Gil off The Simpsons or something like that, or just like just looks down and just like, oh, you know, Gil needs this, and it's just like,
appearance.
But it's about
like he's a bit of a bumbling fool.
yes, yeah.
When
But it's not just appearance; it's about what it's about personality, it's charisma as well.
We'll do it with Steve. He's a nice chap. But when the chips are,
we'll do it for Uncle
as you
Steve.
say, when the chips are down, actually, are the players going to play for him? Because I think you need to be intimidated by a manager. When it's in that bracket, there needs to be a fear factor.
We're coming to the ability to motivate people who are multi-millionaires as teenagers, who can do what they want, who can sleep with who they want, go where they want, buy what they want, and to motivate.
But you look at it.
Chance to be a fight.
But you can have a nice guy manager, but he's done nothing the last 5 years. So it's all right to have a nice guy manager as long as you're gaining a level of success with it. Yeah. He hasn't brought that in the last 5 years. I think he's dining out on a UEFA Cup final and a league title with 20, which are both unbelievable achievements, but too long ago.
I think you hit the nail on the head in the sense that when he's come to the club, where there's still a lot of players there who were there last season who saw essentially McLaren rejected the club 3 times in a row. And I think he's come in and there's got to be a little bit of embarrassment there, a tad of it.
Have we improved on Pardew, Dave? That's the key for me. Have we improved from Pardew? If Pardew had these players, would Pardew have been doing as good as this? No. I'd say he would have been doing better. I think Pardew with these players wouldn't have been second bottom in the league. We wouldn't.
Controversial end to the half and to the match and to the episode. That's full time, boys. I'm exhausted. I'm annoyed. I'm defeated. I'm just resigned to the fact that
every slapped face as well. Add in injury to insult.
I tell you what, Sam Aldiss is going to be getting something good from the chippy tonight.
So we're just hearing from the producers yet. So Pete's got a 3-episode ban for that punch, unfortunately. So we're just going to have we'll just have a hoodie there in his place.
Just put the hat.
I'm off to punch some horses. I'm off to hit a horse. I'm going to smash up at my own town.
There he is. Vince is gone. So that's been Vince. That's been Pete. I've been Adam. And this has been the 2 and 10 Derby Day Special. Don't share with anybody. See you later.